Carrie Geren Scoggins Political Newsletter, Bible Prophecy Times Edition, End Times Prophecy News Update.
Democrats and Chuck Schumer has decided to try to amend our First Amendment. Chuck Schumer and the Democrats wish to amend the First Amendment, amending away our civil liberties, our legal right to debate the issue as upheld by the federal Supreme Court when overturning the hate speech laws, our First Amendment rights. The federal Supreme Court overturned the hate speech laws because they violated separation of church and state, bringing in unlawful Bible censorship. Our First Amendment rights, freedom of religion, freedom of the press, freedom of speech, would be amended until there would be no opposing viewpoint to the Democratic Party platform. This violates our constitutional civil rights and the intent of our founding fathers. There is no freedom from religion. Our founding fathers opened and closed every session with prayers unto God, making our laws. Remembering, they quoted the Bible over 15,000 documented times. Our founding fathers' intent was for us to have the same rights they practiced, which is not a freedom from religion. They expected religious tolerance. The Democrats and Chuck Schumer are acting out of intolerance and anti-Christian bigotry in attempts to censor Romans chapter 1. Remembering our federal Supreme Court upheld our legal rights as Christians to quote Romans chapter 1 and to quote adhere to core values. Biblical core values such as Romans chapter 1 concerning homosexuality, and again our legal right to debate the issue as upheld when the hate speech laws were overturned in the federal Supreme Court as a First Amendment right. So now Democrats choose to attack the First Amendment directly, amend away our legal right to oppose the Democratic Party platform's viewpoint. We all saw Obama attempt to bring in media moderators, wanting media censorship, and other Democrats bringing forth legislation in hopes to bring forth government monitors into the newsrooms as well as internet monitors. The American Center for Law and Justice fought this, and Jay Sekulow led the way in a battle against media moderators and internet moderators, as it is illegal censorship.
The Democratic Party no longer wants the United States public to have freedom of speech rights straight across the board from both ends of the political spectrum. Freedom of speech for the conservatives, the Christians, as well as the opposing viewpoint. The Democratic Party no longer wants freedom of speech rights for those that oppose their viewpoint and the Democratic Party platform. Remembering the adage, you are not a libertarian until you support the legal rights of those that you despise. Someone needs to remind the Democratic Party of this historical adage on our freedom of speech rights and our constitutional civil liberties. This has been another edition of Carrie Geren Scoggins Political Newsletter, Bible Prophecy Times Edition, End Times Prophecy News Update.